Hello again, welcome to Highland ADV. Just thought I'd do an in-depth review of the CB500X, the 2020. Had the bike almost 2 years now, so never really given it a serious review of what's on it and what it's about, so I thought it's a pretty rubbish day today. It's been on and off showers, and it's still quite cold, so I thought I'll give it a wee try and give you a decent review, use some footage of the bike as well, and let you know what I think about it. So what's different about this one then? What have I got on it? It's a 2020 model. Where do I start? It's got the TKC 70 tyres in it. I find the tyres far better than the original Dunlop tyres, Trailmaster. Mainly the front tyre. It's give it quite a lot better direction when you're steering it on gravel roads and things like that, and also the back gives you a bit more traction. But it's mainly the front tyre that made the difference. Yeah, this is the second set of tyres, got 6,500 out of the last ones, and the bike's done just about 11,000 miles now. Still good, but we used it all winter, salt roads in Scotland, horrendous weather, so it's looking pretty good. So just apart from tyre servicing and a new chain and sprocket, both sprockets, there's not much else gone wrong with her since I had her. Yeah, so what else have I got on the bike? Got pyramid rear hagger, and the front hagger as well. It's pyramid. I've got a aftermarket centre stand, and that one came from China. I'll give the details of that as well on below the video. Then we've got a Chinese bash plate. Now that's not bad, but as you can see the oil filter is fairly new. It's not long had a service, and it's had a few chips and splatters as well. It's stopping most of the stones, and the biggest thing is it's stopping stones hitting the bottom of the engine. But the oil filter is still a wee bit exposed, so maybe have a think about that as well. Yeah, so that's one thing that only concern I've got at the moment is the oil filter is still a bit exposed. The Now this is a bash plate. It's for stones really. It's not really a bash plate, it's like a stone guard for the engine. £40 from China on Amazon or eBay. So you can't really expect much more for that. It's not suitable, definitely not suitable for bashing off big stones or jumping onto rocks. It's actually connected here to the gear shift, and it's connected here to the engine, and round the other side it's connected to the exhaust. And the only one that's actually connected to the frame is here, the back of the bash plate. So not really suitable for bashing off rocks. Just for stones flying up, helping the bottom of the engine, perfect for that, and it just done me alright for all the hill roads that I've been on. So yeah. So what else have I got? Top screen extension. The screen I've never adjusted. It does adjust, factory adjust up and down. I just bought this extension and it's at its lowest setting, and it gives me perfect cover. I'm 5'10", and it gives me perfect cover. Hand guards, cheap and nasty hand guards. Bike did get blown over, and it did protect it a little bit, but it's really for branches and trees. So if you're going to be dropping it and bashing it about in the ground, you'd probably be better with a bark busters or something a wee bit more substantial. That's me though, so far. Engine guards, the GV engine guards, they're perfect, really good, easy to fit. Because you upset the top and bottom engine mounting, it does give vibration. As soon as I fitted it, got a vibration. I went on the CB500X forum, and it appears to be quite common, so they suggested you drive it, loosen it slightly, retorque it again, drive it and loosen it slightly and retorque it again, which I did, and the vibration disappeared completely. So it's obviously just getting the engine set again into the frame, and it just slackening it, run it for about 10 miles, and slacken it slightly and then retorque the bolts. I did that twice and the vibration disappeared, so thank you to the forum for that. I bought these little lights and these protectors. The day it fell over, this wasn't on, and this did actually protect it. Hit there, and never caused any damage at all to the bike. So this little protectors are quite good. They were off Amazon again. These lights, very cheap little lights, but they're lifesavers. The amount of people that see you now in the daylight is incredible. Even on a sunny day, They're very powerful, and people actually see you and give you a second look rather than pull it in front of you. So they're definitely a must, I say, on any motorbike. Good little things. A wee bit bright at night maybe, so even with them on dip mode, there's 3 modes for them. They go on, off, on, off, on, off, and it's 3 different settings, which is dip, full beam, and then repeat, like flashing, like a repeater, which is not recommended at all for driving. It's probably illegal as well to have them flashing like that. Working my way around then, I've got a phone mount here. It's quite good. Cheap thing from eBay as well, and I fitted $5.99 I think it was for the power, 12 volt power supply. Got these little bags that fit just perfect in here, just for keeping the charging stuff and things like that from a charger, 12 volt charger. And that's quite handy, keeps the foot stand for if it's soft ground as well, and various other bits and pieces, one on each side, so quite good, and quite handy little pockets to have just in the side there. So yeah, the engine guard, CB500X, it came from China as well. Very useful, keeping the radiator guard, keeping it protected. Camera mounts. This one I bought recently, which I mentioned in the previous video before. It's just for back facing, and I've got 2 of the same camera mounts. I did have one fixed here. This one here was up in the handlebars, but the focus of the camera was going on here, and I was getting out of focus for distance, so I thought I'll just buy the same one. They're $16.99 off Amazon, so I've got 2 the same, and they clip on, just unscrew really quickly, and they adjust really quickly as well, so they're perfect. And they work quite well down there, they're quite solid on the engine guard. Cameras that I've got, what cameras? One I'm using, it fits in the helmet. It's fitted by a gripper, which I'll put the details on as well. A gripper mount on the front of the helmet. It's really good. I've had issues with noise, with sound, with the external mic that goes inside the helmet, and I've kind of sorted it a little bit. I bought one of that rabbit glove things, a little rabbit hair muffler on top of the microphone. It does dulled it down a little bit, but I just got to be careful it's not too windy when I'm trying to speak, otherwise it just annoys. Yeah, so this one's the camera I'm using just now is an Acaso V50 Pro SE, the special edition one. It's quite good, works quite well, so that's the one I use in my helmet on the gripper mount on the front of the full face. The first camera here is a V50 Pro as well, not the SE. That's a good enough camera as well. And the one at the back is a Acaso as well, Brave 4, which is, it was fairly cheap as well. Good enough cameras, getting quite good results. It's not a GoPro, but it's not a GoPro price either. I think the 3 cameras were probably less than £250. So yeah, or thereabouts. So that's really all there is to the bike. Hope you've enjoyed my sort of more in-depth review of the bike. Oxford hand warmers, they're very good actually. These are the Velcro removable. You can see there's a little clip there. We can disconnect them, take them off with Velcro, so you're not actually removing the hand grip at all. Only downside of these is it's on off, so they do get very warm and you have to keep putting them off. But very good, recommend them. Well, definitely needed for the Highland weather in the middle of winter. And we've been out and down at -5, wind chill -15. Okay, so what about driving the bike? This bike is absolutely fantastic for the single track roads and the forestry roads that I go on, and with Highland ADV. As I said in my blog, I've had bikes all my life. My last few bikes, GSX 1400, Suzuki's. This thing is just fantastic to ride. 47 brake horsepower, perfect for single track roads and forestry tracks. Under 200 kilos means I can pick it up myself if I drop it in the woods. No worries with that. So yeah, I cannot fault this bike at all. Actually been following a few big GS's on the single track roads around the Highlands, and I've noticed they're struggling on the single track roads with the weight of the bike, the size of the bike. This thing's far more nimble and far more user friendly, so I would not discourage anybody from getting a CB500X. Absolute perfect bike. Yes, if you're going to bomb across the continent on motorways, by all means get a bigger bike. I wouldn't have a problem going on this bike on that kind of roads, but yeah, for the roads that we drive on, this is definitely the bike to have. Seating position's perfect, gearing's perfect, enough power, and really comfortable, so that's my CB500X. Hope you enjoyed my little review, and I'll see you in the next ride out. Okay, if you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next video.